Ramayana Kalpavrksam.
Namaste. Sri Rama and his story, the Ramayana, is a story that transcends space and time. An epitome of dharma, love, service, and sacrifice. Telling and retelling the Ramayana has not tired the storyteller, the listener, or the viewer. And so it was that Shankarananda Kalakshetra and Natyarambha, in association with the Indira Gandhi National Centre for Arts, New Delhi, presented Ramayana Kalpavrksam, a multi-arts festival in Hyderabad recently. Ramayana, the eternal life-giving tree, or Ramayana Kalpavrksam, a 3-day festival curated by renowned classical dancer Dr. Ananda Shankar with the conference segment curated by dance scholar Dr. Anupama Kailash, was a veritable mosaic of scintillating performances, thought-provoking talks, visual arts exhibition, workshop on rare arts, and more. A wide canvas that had something for everybody and for every age group. The festival brought onto one stage classical dance, music, from the classical to the popular, visual art exhibition, Manaspat, Harikatha, puppetry, Nagara Sankirtana, Pancharatna group singing, workshop on rare arts. A 3-day immersion into our Itihasa, the Ramayana, and the essence of what is Bharat. Doordarshan brings to you excerpts from this 3-day festival held in Hyderabad that saw full house audiences coming in from other cities and even as far as Singapore, immersing themselves in the Ramayana. The 3-day Ramayana Kalpavrksam festival was inaugurated by Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, Honorable Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs, Government of India, who applauded this unique festival.
But let me first appreciate her for having chosen the name Ramayana Kalpavrksha. Naturally, all of us who have had something to do with Telugu literature do appreciate the fact that it is the magnum opus of Kavi Samrat, Vishwanatha Satyanarayana. I don't read Telugu, but I do enjoy listening to Telugu. I've heard a bit of it. I've had also somewhat some exposure to good poetry read out in Telugu. Of course, all the Tyagaraja Swami Kritis, of course, the Bhadrachala Ramadasa Kritis, unbelievable. They're all outstanding examples of the beauty of Ramayana and also the sweetness of the language Telugu. So it's nice that you picked up that name from Vishwanatha Satyanarayana, the first Jnanpith awardee in Telugu and also Padma Bhushan recipient in 1971.
We started with Shringara, where Sita Viharana in Chitrakuta, and then Virya in Shiva Dhanur Bhanga. And then we went to Bhibatsa and Tatakavada, and then Shantarasa, where Bharata meets Rama, and Bhayanaka Rasa Kabanda, the Karunya Rasa in Daita Viyoga Samaye, when Sita's separation, Karunya. Everywhere, I told you in Hasya, Trijatars, everywhere the guna is being shown. 7 rasas over, the last 2 rasas is Adbhuta Adbhutam Setu Bandhanam Adbhutam Setu Bandhanam Adbhutam Jalabandhane Adbhutarasam, which is the greatest miracle of miracles. The greatest, there is one Ramayana called Adbhuta Ramayana, Ananda Ramayana, Adbhuta Ramayana. Here Adbhuta Rasa, everybody knows. Unanimously it is the Setu Bandha. What is the Adbhuta, great Adbhuta about it? One, Rama could have easily burnt up the sea with his Agneya Astra. He did not do that. He allowed nature to be as such. Respecting nature, not changing anything for the sake of one's own personal needs. That itself is Adbhuta Rasa. Shringara Karunya Bhayanakadi Navarasa Rama Katha Panamuseyaga Shringara Karunya Bhayanakadi Navarasa Rama Katha Panamuseyaga
Karitajam Karidanam Karidagum Tagum Dari Tadam Daritam Dam Dakajanu Takatam Rigama Padapa Tajadu Tadam Mapadaba Janu Tarigum Taridajam Taritam Tarigum Dimidajam Taridai Tarigum Taridajam Taritam Tarigum Dimidajam Taridai Brahma Swarupa Varama Jodi Rupa Sanadani Sarva Vidyadhi Devi Jnam Tasya Vani Namo Namaha Tasya Vani Namo Namaha Jam Jam Taringina Tum Tam Tam Jam Jam Taringina Tum Taringina Tum Tam Tam Jam Jam Taringina Tum Taringina Tum Taringina Tum Namaste Sharade Devi Kashmira Pura Vasini.
The Ramayana. It is not just an itihasa, but a meta-narrative. Just like any other epic that is born in an indigenous culture, it is an inward journey that nudges us to contemplate upon the many connotations of the word dharma. Again, a word that is unique to an ancient civilization like ours. In Ramamrita, we will be exploring every aspect of the Ramayana, from the original to the retellings, interpretations, analysis, brought to you by seasoned academicians and experts, brilliant young scholars, and ardent devotees of Rama.
Perhaps there are several instances in Ramayana where Rama is seen as the enforcer of the dharmic social order through the instrumentality of the state. his governance is not seen, or it is not judged purely on the aspect of, let's say, on the metric of happiness. There is no happiness index on the basis of which this is being judged. His governance is judged on adherence to dharma, whatever the consequences may be. And the assumption being that the consequences will be good as a consequence of adherence to dharma and as a consequence of commitment to dharma.
She was willing to accept it. She was willing to go through the prashchita. She had to be given another chance. And that is why even today, Ahalya is called a Panchakanya, Panchasati. So what is it that our epics tell us? First of all, if you see the underlying theme is basically Indriya Nigraha.
And in Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna says, those bhaktas who are jnanis, who are vigyanis, they are me. They are no different from me. So he was a sevak who became Swami in Tattva. He was a sevak who became Swami in Tattva. In Dohavali, Tulsidas mentions very beautifully, जेह शरीर रति राम की सोई आदर ही सुजान रुद्र देह तज नेह भस बानर भे हनुमान जानी राम सेवा सरस समुझ करब अनुमान पुरुषाते सेवक बने हरते भे हनुमान.
Many of us feel Rama's story is an Anubhava, and it is the national Anubhava. It is not the mere analysis of the story, it is not the mere episodes in the story that matter, but then the kind of involvement, the kind of shraddha, the kind of faith, the kind of belief that each one of us have.
There is a difference between working on the mythologies of ancient religions. Almost all ancient religions had their mythologies. There is Egyptian mythology, there is Chinese mythology. Almost all the ancient religions have. But unfortunately, all these ancient religions lost their gods and goddesses culture. It is only in India that those gods and goddesses are still living today in the form of temples or any other cultural forms. What is Ram Leela? Is it a puja or is it a drama? Ram Leela is a puja, it's a ritual. And all the participants there, all the audience there are participating in a puja there, and that is actually reenacting Ramayana every year.
Sita, Draupadi, whenever Mahalakshmi is angered, we know that the Vinasham of that kulam is very, very near. So that itself is indicated over here. She herself tells Ravana that if I wanted with my own tapas, I could have destroyed you completely, but I am not doing that because this is meant for him to do. So let him come and do his work. And further, as the katha goes on, Hanuman meets her and he tells her, Amma, I'll leave now, I'll take your leave. Hanuman says that, not me, I'm still here for a few minutes. And when Hanuman says this to her, he says, I have a small thing to do. I'll finish that small thing. That small thing is Lanka Dahanam. Here is something to pause and see. When Jagannatha is angered, Jagannatha's anger, as we said, equates to Sarvam. Everything is destroyed. This is not the only form of Jagannatha who destroyed. Look at the context of Sita and Ravana. Ravana wants Sita for himself, which means that he does not see her as Rama's Ardhangini. He thinks Rama is separate, Sita is separate. The second you separate Purusha and Prakriti and you want Prakriti alone, that you believe you can manipulate Prakriti and have her as your own, your destruction is very near.
Women identify with Sita's worries and anxiety. This is, these are the women who are working in the open fields, working in the open farms and construction sites nowadays, but in ancient times only the farms and other things. So they say, Gangadarichi Payari Sita Chadati Damayana Chhatri Dharali Ramarayana. When they are going to the forest, they are climbing the ghat of this Ganga, and Sita is tired. Naturally, the delicate princess, she is tired. So Ramaraja is holding an umbrella over her. Can you read between this? You have to read. I mean, we all have to read between these lines. What is the dhvani? They themselves are tiring. They themselves are sweating in the hot sun. It is their wishful thinking that their husband would hold an umbrella sometime.
This is interesting, although a minor change. When the wedding of all the brothers is arranged, since Vashishta was the Kulaguru, so Dashratha asks him to fix an auspicious moment for that. Now, Vashishta makes such an accurate and precise calculation that these 4 marriages can never fail. The couples will never separate. Gods get very worried. You know, if couples don't separate, there will be no Ramayana. You know, the entire abduction of Sita will not take place. So then they approach Vashishta, pleading with him, please do something. And then he employs a little trick, says, all right, since the eldest brother must marry first, he will get married moments before the other sons of Dasharatha get married. And therefore, the wedding of Rama and Sita precede that of other brothers, respectively with Mandavi, Urmila and Shrutakriti. And therefore, by missing the few moments, that separation of Rama and Sita is ordained.
The Rama story traveled from its land of origin to other parts of Southeast Asia through merchants and travelers along 3 routes. The northern land route into China and Tibet, and from China to Japan. The southern sea route into Java, Sumatra, and Malaya. And the eastern land route into Burma, Thailand, and Laos. Vietnam and Cambodia got their stories partly from Java and partly from India via the eastern land route. And then Rama began to weave his magic. Beyond God, beyond hero, Rama became an experience. And each culture experienced him through their own story.
Ram tej bal buddhe buddhe bipulaye sahas sahas sat sang gaye ek sar ek so sat sagar prabhu bhat hi दास बचन सुनि सागर पाहे मागत पंथ कृपा मन माहे राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत नया क्या बिन पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपे तीनों लोक हाकिते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे किले की उठत धाय किले की उठत धाय गिरत भूमि लट पटाय गिरत भूमि लट पटाय धाय मात गोद लेत धाय मात गोद लेत धाय मात गोद लेत दशरथ की रनिया
ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರಗೆ ಜಯವು 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 ಜನಕಪುತ್ರಿಗೆ ಜಯವು 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 ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರಗೆ ಜಯವು 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 ಜನಕಪುತ್ರಿಗೆ ಸೌಮಿತ್ರಿಗೆ ಜಯ ಜಯ ಹನುಮಂತಗೆ ಜಯ ಜಯ ಅನುಪಮಾನ ಭರತ ಭಕ್ತಿಗಿನ್ನು ಜಯ ಜಯ ಸೌಮಿತ್ರಿಗೆ ಜಯ ಜಯ ಹನುಮಂತಗೆ ಜಯ ಜಯ ಅನುಪಮಾನ ಭರತ ಭಕ್ತಿಗಿನ್ನು ಜಯ ಜಯ ಆದಿಕವಿಗೆ ವಾಲ್ಮೀಕಿಗೆ ಜಯ ಮಂಗಳ
हरक हरक जस गायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन मैंने राम रतन वराहरूपं दैववरिष्ठं वराहरूपं दैववरिष्ठं वरस्मितवदनं वज्रदूतधर रक्षाकवचम् कुण्डलाय तुलसीवनमालिकाय जलचसदृशदेहाय चारुमङ्गलम् रामचन्द्राय जनकराजचामनोहराय मामकाभीष्टराय महितमङ्गलम्